Wow, this is like swank, bro. Oh, wait. This is so super swank. You know what I mean? Like, for real. This is like going right in my office, okay? Prominently placed. Yeah, okay, so I have some comments that I'd like to make. But I'm going to tell you right now that I'm kind of emotionally overwhelmed. Uh, and rightfully so, because this is an extreme honor. And I am really humbled by it. I have had a tremendous amount of mentors. First and foremost, my mother, Sharon Williams. And my mother taught me two really important things. First and foremost, you learn two things in the world, Angelo. This is what she would tell me from people. You learn what to do, what not to do. Pay close attention. And she also taught me love, which is something that, from that essential dyad between, mother and child is extremely important. As you grow up, you find out that doesn't happen for everybody. I feel that I'm special because my mother felt that I was special. I have no idea if she was justified in that, but it keeps showing up. And I keep telling other people that, right? So that's the infection of love. The infection of love is if someone believes in you, you get to believe in other people. You get to love other people because someone loved you. And when I look at this audience and I see faculty and staff and administrators and mentors, and when I see our president with his spirit, with his infectious love for Sac State, I see a community of love. And I'm deeply moved by that. My students ask me often, what is social justice? And I constantly tell them that social justice is love. It is the ability to care for your neighbor. It is the ability to be empathetic. It is the ability to get up and march, to get up and walk out, to get up and protest, but also just to listen, to lend an ear to another human being in need, in their time of need. That's social justice. So there's this interesting reference to my dad being a social justice activist. And in fact, he is. But my mother and I just had a nice laugh about that because we know him. And in fact, he is a rabble-rouser and has always been one. And I have had the great luck to have been born into a family with great passions and also great consistency and great character. And so I learned from my mother that character and that love is extremely important. I learned from my father that activism and raising your voice and putting yourself on the line for other people is of the utmost importance. So I have a couple of kind of prepared remarks. I'm just going to riff and then kind of get out of here. Trust me, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. But I want to go back to that theme that this community seated before us is a community of love. Mainly because so much of what is done here is done beyond what you're paid for. It's done beyond what you're compensated for, even in the accolades for academics. A person that I really want to make note of is Dr. Jose Chavez. Dr. Chavez is my dissertation chair, my former employer, my road dog. I mean, this guy, I entered the program in '05. And I don't know if it was Gloria Moraga or someone in the public affairs department who made up the Made at Sac State slogan. But in fact, I am made and made at Sac State, right? Because I got my master's and my doctorate. And one of the, yeah, you can clap for that. And one of the reasons why I got both degrees, right, it's because I love school and I spend too much time here? No. Is because, first off, the doctorate program was not promised. It was the purview of the UC. And in fact, there were many people who believed, well, I'm not sure if they can handle it. The CSU system not only can handle it, has handled it, it's been here for 10 years now. A round of applause for the Education Doctorate, independent doctorate program. Now, what's important about that is that we had a real champion in Senator Jack Scott. And Senator Jack Scott authored SB, I think it's 724. I happened to be working at the Chancellor's office at that moment in history, having just finished my master's at Sac State. So, of course, I'm going to propone on behalf of the Hornets. Of course I'm going to do that. But the beauty of it of that Goliath fight to get the doctorate at Sac State was all of the facts that you hear. 1 in 20 within the community been educated at Sac State. The education complex here, the teachers, the administrators have been touched not only by the actual education, but the others that have been educated here. There is a unique community of connected people in education, of course in other fields as well, that made that happen. And so when the bill passed, of course I applied. I mean, come on, I got to take advantage of things. But it was actually my sister who convinced me. My sister is, again, this love thing, right? She believed in me well beyond my acumen. She taught me everything, how to write poetry, how to write prose, how to add, how to subtract, multiply, divide. I mean, really, she was alive. This is her ward. This is her award. The most important thing that she taught me is she, of course, is the coolest person that I've ever met in life. And the coolest person that I've ever met in life actually liked me. And that was really big. That was amazingly big. You know, just that tiny little time that this person spent with me actually helped me to create my own mentoring acumen. It helped me to think clearly about just spending those moments. I happen to be a second-generation college student and also raising a third generation of college students, my daughters, Selah and Majadi. One is at McClatchy, she's a Lion, and the other is at Sac City, transferring to UC, was it Santa Barbara or Santa Cruz? Santa Cruz, okay, she wants to go to Cruz, yeah. I'm trying to get her at Sac State, okay. Think about that, okay? So, I am here because my mother loved me enough to teach me through her deeds, thoughts, and actions the most important principle, love. That's why I'm here. I'm here because my father went to Sac State to become a teacher. I'm here because he also went to UC Davis, so I went to UC Davis. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Stand in the gap, be the change you seek, be the best you can possibly be. I'm here because my sister loved me. She taught me how to write poetry. She was the coolest person I've ever known, and the coolest person I've ever known actually liked me. Sometimes it's just that simple. Stand in the gap, love someone openly, fiercely, honestly, forever. I am here because Senator Jack Scott took a chance on a system that he knew could create excellence and has. Dr. Nelson, faculty, administrative staff, fellow distinguished alumni, Veronica, Jennifer, and every staff member and administrator with the Alumni Association, friends, family, thank you. This is truly a unique recognition, and I am humbled, appreciative, and honored. In response, briefly, I've organized a revelry of thank yous. I will miss someone, and for that I apologize. My first thank you, Rhonda Staley Brooks. Thank you. Yeah, you should clap for Rhonda. Your support and advocacy were indispensable, and without it, I would not be here tonight. Thank you. Thank you to the Nehemiah Emerging Leaders Program. This is where I met Rhonda and the assembled members of the Nehemiah Emerging Leaders Program here tonight. That is them, that is us. Representing one of the most effective leadership programs in the region and state, thank you to Scott Syfax. Scott Syfax is not only a leader in what he does, it's clear. You see what he produces, you understand his effect, but the guy is just the salt of the earth. he's like, an extremely busy guy. He's doing things, he's building things, he's doing this, he's doing that. And he literally takes the time to talk to you about you. And there's so many of us. And you think to yourself, why? How is it that you have all this time? But he makes time. He doesn't have the time. He makes the time for us. So thank you, Scott Syfax. My first emerging leaders program was the Sacramento Observer. So I have to say thank you to Larry Lee and Dr. William Lee. Dr. William Lee was another Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, and to be in his company is unfathomable. And I thank Dr. Lee and Larry Lee from the Sacramento Observer. Without all of these people and our hard work of distinguishing ourselves, we would not have the opportunities we have. We would not be in this room. Thank you. Thank you to Dr. Chavez, mentor, friend, dissertation chair, brother. Thank you, Dr. Cowan, for the opportunity to teach. Dr. Lila Jacobs, may she rest in peace. My master's cohort, Tamiza Wash in particular, my EDD cohort, Adrian Thompson, Dr. Navarez, Dr. Julian Hellig, Dr. Jez, Dr. Chauncey Ridley. I don't know if you guys know Chauncey Ridley. This man on this campus, Dr. Chauncey Ridley. When I was in the doctorate program, I had Mary Curlin, right? And if you know Dr. Curlin, you understand the depth of persistence. She would not take raggedy work at any particular time, and she would make you do it over and over and over again. God bless her. And I love her for that. And she also ran us ragged, and therefore, right, I had to take other classes. So I took African American literature from Dr. Chauncey Ridley, and that was like a vacation taking his class. He is so immersively, amazingly intelligent and wondrous, and his command of the literature literally helped me to get through semester after semester. So that was my class that helped me to get through. I want to say thank you, I think she's left already, to my friend Robin Rose Hamer, who's like an actual sister. I've known her for so long. For those of you who knew that she was here, let her know I said thank you. All right. Of course, thank you to my sister Angelique. And also, thank you to my children, Majadi, Selah, Jesse, and Luca. The funny part is that I'm really not that smart. If you want to know smart, oh my God, you got to know Selah. Selah is up at midnight doing homework, killing it, right? Writing essays and researching and talking to people about stuff and email them, and you got to be kidding me, right? If you want to know smart, you got to know Majadi, just an organic genius. She just walks into the classroom, boop, 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 3.49, thanks. What? So if I have any accomplishments, if I've done anything that amounts to anything, wow. What are we in store for when they come this way? Thank you to my mother, Sharon, whose undying love is the reason I exist. You are my North Star. And a special thanks to my fiancée, Jocelyn Jackson. Thank you for sharing this honor with me as a member of my family, as my love, my life, my future wife. Thank you, baby.